staff of the SGA with all their work and dedication for all his advice to the Osborne, and for the Senate for being here and for listening to us. Of course, before I start, I want to give one more reminder about the 1830 Holocaust survivor will be here in the old ranch at 7 p.m. I can see you all there. Also, if you look, McNeese has a feature story in Southern Jewish life concerning this deal that we're talking about now. Another thing that's been going on here at McNeese, you can get a copy of that. See what they're saying about McNeese. Also, I'd like to say that I've been accepted to represent McNeese on the campus Allied mission trip to Israel this summer. And of course, y'all helped send me to Washington, D.C. a couple months ago to represent McNeese there, and that was a big factor in qualifying me to be accepted to represent McNeese in Israel this summer. So I'm thankful again for you and for all your help. Now, one thing I want to clear about this resolution, I didn't have enough copies of it. I apologize. I'm trying to hand out to everyone. But this is not a bill. We're not in any way asking for finance or any kind of money or anything of that nature. All this is a resolution that is showing support, expressing our support as a governing body to pass legislation saying that as a government, as an individual body, university, we support Israel's right to exist, and furthermore that we condemn Iran, and we think we should continue to enforce the sanctions that are being enforced on Iran right now so that they cannot go nuclear. The foundation for this resolution is a foundation. It is a foundation for what we're going to be doing in the future. As I talked about when I showed this before, we're looking to bring Israeli students that are sponsored by the state of Israel to McNeese for the purposes of training to learn how to refine oil and gas. Recently, they had the oil finds and gas deposits there in Israel, and they are going to be sending students to the Gulf State regions and universities along the Gulf Coast to have these students trained to learn how to refine oil and gas. And I think it would be a great benefit to McNeese for our multicultural program to have state-sponsored Israeli students here at McNeese, which would also open the door for study abroad program where we would be able to send students to Israel, to Technion University. So this is the first thing. The other thing is, if there were ever to be a war to break out in Israel, we would have Israeli students here. And as you all know, it's a very delicate balancing act that's going on in Israel right now. We're being surrounded by everyone that there's a lot of peace talks and a lot of tension between the sides involved. And so what we want to do is we want to create a foundation here and a sense of safety that this as a student body represents Israel and Jewish people. And if we have Jewish students here and war breaks out in Israel, that we stand behind them and we defend Israel's right to defend themselves. And that's all we're saying. We're not trying to allocate any money or to do anything other than just to say that we support Israel's right to exist and the Jewish people's right to exist. And furthermore, that we think that sanctions on Iran are justified and should be continued. And the last thing that I have to say is I just want to remind you, this bill did pass. A few weeks on March 13th, it did pass. Again, we had we didn't report it correctly, and so that's okay. But we're going to go again here today, and I appreciate it. If you have any questions, I'll open the floor now.
First question. Would you agree this is a very controversial topic?
Yes.
Okay. So, second question. As McNeese State University is an institution for higher education, a place of free learning and open thought, what right do we as a student body of 100 people have to represent the thousands of McNeese students that come here?
Well, I mean, it seems to me that the way this is set up is similar to the way that our government is set up, in that we have senators. And the senators are the leaders of their organization, and they represent the body of people underneath them. And so when I stand here as the president or campus liaison and senator for the Israeli Alliance, I speak for everyone that's in my organization that comes to our meetings, that I email, that I talk to about this. And so I represent them. You likewise are here as a senator, and you represent a body of people, a student organization. And I think that that's what you're here to do, to vote, this type of thing.
So would you say it's accurate that the 100 people here are a totally accurate representation of the McNeese population?
Yes.
Well, you know,
I'm not going to answer that question.
Then what right do we have to make a decision on this?
I think we have a right as student senators, as leaders of the university, to make a decision based based on our best judgment. We are the leaders, and we are the ones that are looking to for leadership. And right now, it's a good time to do it.
Are any of these rights that we're claiming not already protected under international law, including the charter?
Well, most of these are covered. However, the UN has shown some reservation about the state of Israel and declaring Jerusalem as the capital. And so, this is nothing really new, but obviously it is a controversial topic. And so, this is why we're doing it. If I were standing up here saying, hey, we all want to express the right for Canada to exist, nobody would say, well, what do you mean? Why would we vote on that? So it's the same thing with Israel. All we're saying is we recognize they have a right to exist. And if this wasn't a topic of debate, if this wasn't such a controversial topic, then we wouldn't even be talking about it. But it is, so here we are.
Well, you just asked. If we were to come up here and ask to defend the right of Canada to exist, we would throw this out because it's quite, why would we present this? So why, you just said it, it's the same case with Israel. Why are we
I'm not sure. Last time that we voted on this, on March 13th, it passed 28 to 21. 21 people believe that Israel didn't have a right to exist, that Iran should be able to get nuclear weapons. I can't explain why that is.
It's not that the 21 people believe that Israel doesn't have a right to exist. We just wanted a little time to bring it back to our organizations and present that information to them before we voted on it. That's all it was.
Well, then I expect
Point of clarification, all of this should be questions for considering.
Okay.
I appreciate your response, sir, and I think that being the case, the vote should be more than against than for last time.
How did you come to the conclusion that just because somebody voted against passing the bill, they automatically are against the bill says? Like, what makes
Well,
you
I don't
think?
know how to interpret that information. If I'm saying that we express support for the right of Israel to exist, and you say no, we shouldn't do that, then my interpretation is that you don't agree with the bill. I'm not saying that you're wrong or bad. I'm saying you disagree.
Can you tell me who Reverend John Hagee is?
Reverend John Hagee?
He's the founder of your organization, Christians
He's
United
not the
for
founder of my organization. He's I'm here with the Israeli Alliance.
Okay, but this is sponsored by the Christians United for Israel.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, sir. It's the Israeli Alliance.
Any other questions for the senators?
Thank you.
So you passed out material for the Christians United for Israel, but this is... So the material passed out is for the Christians United for Israel, not for the organization that you're
The
representing.
material that passed out was from Stands With Us, and it has also Christian United for Israel also used that. Yes, sir. I passed that
Okay.
information.
So you are in collaboration with Christians United for Israel.
Sir, I have contact and dealings with Christian United for Israel, with Stand With Us, with the Israeli Alliance, with Allies for Israel, and many other organizations of this nation.
Okay. I'd like to read a quote from Reverend John Hagee, the founder.
Is there a question behind what
Yes,
you're
there's a
saying?
question. In 2005, the time of Hurricane Katrina, he spoke, I want to ask Washington a question. Is there a connection between the 9,000 Jewish refugees being forcibly removed from their homes in the Gaza Strip, now living in tens and thousands of Americans who have been expelled from their homes by the tremendous works of nature? Is there a connection here? I've got a better answer. I'd like to hear it. So, are we going along with an organization that thinks God is punishing New Orleans with
I
Hurricane
don't agree with
Katrina?
Pastor Hagee's statement that he made there, and I don't speak for him or for Christian United for Israel.
Senator Burnett.
I'm confused. What is going on with this? Can you sum it up in like 30 seconds exactly what this entire, because I see a long list of stuff. I was trying to read it, but I'm not understanding exactly what it is that you want us to do. Like, I can't see all of that stuff. It's so much. I'm
The
confused.
bottom of it says that Israel, that we support Israel's right to exist, to their sovereignty. We support Israel's right to defend themselves and protect the lives of their people, and that we express support for peaceful and diplomatic efforts to dissuade Iran from pursuing nuclear weapons. That's it.
So is this against other countries, like certain, like
Not at all.
specifically, or?
Not at all.
Senator Webb.
How can you say this not because another country is saying that we support the same?
It's not against, we're not against Iran, we're against them trying to get a nuclear weapon. There's a difference. We're for Iran. We're okay with them having food and medical aid and all those things. We just don't think they should have a nuclear weapon because the president, a minute ago, has said that when they get a nuclear weapon, they're going to get Israel with it and they're going to get America with it. And so we're not against Iran. We just don't want them to have a nuclear weapon. It's like my son. I'm not my son's 8 years old. I'm not against my son, but I don't want him to have a gun.
Well, I'm sure there are students here that from Iran and may feel differently about this. Why should we tie our name to something as controversial with like what you have? Like I just feel like we shouldn't choose sides. Like why should we choose sides when you have students from that country that's here that feel differently? You get what I'm saying?
I haven't heard anyone from that country say anything, but I believe the people from that country would agree that that Minajah's continued effort to get a nuclear weapon is not good for the country.
Very bad.
My understanding of this Senate here was that we represented the body.
Can everybody remain respectful to the speakers and not